Bozenius. My dad was Albert Bozenius, and I'm told that you two served together during World War II. Walter Nose just gave me your name. I just got off the phone speaking with him. Do you remember my dad, Albert? They called him Bo years ago.
What was his last name?
Bozenius?
Bozenius. The name is familiar.
Okay.
It's been an awful long time.
I'm sorry I'm calling you out of the blue. Is this a bad time? Okay, yeah. He was in the 46th, but I think before that he was in the, I don't know what company he was in, and I was talking to Walter Nose. Do you know this man? Walter
Noyes, I know.
Walter Noyes. Okay, I got his name wrong. Walter Noyes.
He was a master sergeant in my company.
Okay, well, and I think my dad was a master sergeant as well, and I got a name from a Lester Pinnix, and a Leonard Wise. Leonard Wise. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if my dad was in the 95th beforehand, but somehow, I don't know, he's been dead for 15 years, and my mom and I'm one of three girls, and we were looking through a lot of his stuff this summer, and I started calling a couple of these guys, and I know they've been having a number of reunions and stuff, and I know there's not a lot of you guys left, and I said, boy, time is of the essence. One of my sisters, why don't you write them a letter? I said, I can't do that thing. I don't know if they're going to be around next week. I said, I hate to say, I hate to say that, but I just got off the phone with this Walter Noyes, and he said, oh, to give you a call, he said, you got a memory out of this world.
Memory, all right.
But you don't remember Dad, huh?
It rings a bell, but I can't place his face.
Okay, well, that's fine. I thought, well, I'll give you a call if you remember him. I'm just looking for some stories, and you know, and I know Veterans Day is tomorrow, and I wanted to thank you guys for everything that you...
The 95th also, huh?
Well, I think, I don't even know if he was in that. Dad never spoke about any of that, of his experience, probably as you have done to your kids, which I understand that too, but I had never heard of the 95th until I just talked to Walter a while ago, and he said, oh, I was in the 95th beforehand, and he said he had served with my dad. So he said then the 95th got split up to the 46th, the 47th. He rattled off a number of different units.
48, 45th, 46th, 47th, 48th.
Well, and then okay, and then the 95th was the original one?
That was the original. It was Company C.
Okay.
95th, 250 men.
Oh, wow.
They broke it up, and they formed these other battalions. So this was the experienced group taking all the rookies in.
So you guys were the experienced ones, and you were trying to show the young boys what to do, right?
More or less, yeah. So that's the way it was. All the Nords were the 95th, and so was I.
Okay.
And we went all through Tennessee maneuvers.
Yes. I think Dad was in Tennessee, and he was in Florida, and then he was I think he was in Texas for a little bit, too, and then he shipped out
Texas, yeah.
What was it in Texas?
Camp Swift.
That's where he was at, yeah. Then they shipped out of New York, and...
We shipped out of Camp Shanks, New York.
Okay.
On the Queen Mary.
Yeah, he was on the QT. He talked about the Queen Mary. I know he said he was on that.
We went overseas on it.
And then went all through Europe and everything too. But you know, you just hear different stories, and you'd like to know different. You know, it's a shame we didn't ask these questions while he was still living, because we may never got the straight answer either.
Maybe he would have asked them anyway. We went over the Queen Mary and landed in Scotland.
Did you?
Went all through France and Belgium, Germany, Luxembourg, and some of the fellows that went home, they had points. Everybody, you know, if you had 85 points, you would go home when the Germans surrendered.
Oh, really? I never heard it. What's 85 points? I never heard. Tell me this story. I don't understand this 85 points.
Well, the point system was you got, I think it was 5 points for every year in service, so for every month of service. And you got 5 points for any decoration. Now, I'm not talking about a service medal. I'm talking about a decoration like a Silver Star or Purple Heart.
Uh-huh.
You got 5 points. And you got 3 or 4 points for good behavior. Well, when it all added up, if you had 85 points, they sent you home from Europe after the world, after the Germans surrendered.
Okay. And if you didn't, you got to go to Japan, huh?
No, I did.
You got to go home.
I didn't couldn't go home at all. I only had 78 points.
Oh my God, you were so close.
So they shipped us to the Philippines, via the Panama Canal.
Yeah?
And there was only a few of us out of the 46. Some of the fellows went home, and then some of them were kept in Europe for a while.
Okay.
But we ended up in the Pacific, landed on Luzon in the Philippines, and we landed there, and they were trying to put us together. It was planned for the invasion of Japan, Operation Olympia.
Okay.
And luckily for us, they dropped the bomb.
And you didn't have to do Operation Olympia.
Hallelujah.
Wow. So Operation Olympia was equivalent to Normandy, or it was just awful?
Normandy would have been small in comparison.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We were landing on the Japanese homeland, the Japanese military made the statement they expected it would be coming, but they said, we have 2 million men to lose. How many do you have?
Whoa.
That was their statement,
Oh, I see. I'd never heard this story. I'm glad I got to hear this from you. See, your dad was in the Philippines and Japan too, and I know were you in this typhoon then as well too?
We got hit on a typhoon to see Japan. No, I missed that by about a week.
Okay, because he was on some boat. They said I think it was supposed to be a 7 or 8 day trip, and it ended up being 17 or 18 days. And
yeah, it could be. He probably on the LST.
Okay, so I
went over to Japan, landed outside of Shiogama, Japan. That was in northern Honshu. We spent some time in a city called Sendai.
Wow.
And then we were shipped to Hokkaido. It's an over out of Sapporo.
Okay.
They held the Olympics a few years back.
What a good comparison, right?
Yeah. And up in Sapporo, because they have snow about 7 or 8 months of the year.
Oh my.
It's the same level you see as Alaska.
Oh, just freezing cold. Yeah. So when you were in Europe, were you guys in any battles, or in the Battle of the Bulge, or anything like that?
We were not in the Battle of the Bulge. We went into Europe just as the Battle of the Bulge was winding down.
Okay.
And we went across France into Belgium. And at that particular time, they were pushing the Germans back into Germany.
All right.
And we went all the way around through to Germany. And we spent most of our time, a lot of time in Kaiserslautern.
I've been there myself. Cape Town, they call it. Yeah, my sister, she married a military. She married an Air Force guy, 20-year Air Force guy. And we always...
We went through Kaiserslautern. It wasn't much left of it.
Well, it wasn't.
It was burning.
Oh. Have you...
A lot of the buildings all blown to hell. But in any case, we went through Kaiserslautern and through Lilleville and up through Worms, Darmstadt, all the way on through to Munich.
So you got to see an awful lot of Germany then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was there one country that you liked? I couldn't even say. Is that even a question? Is there a country that you liked? Or is there... Probably they were so devastated that you couldn't even tell that they were distant countries.
Well, as far as the cities, yes. Cities we went through, most of them were destroyed, really.
They were all just in shambles, huh?
Right. But, as far as beauty, I would say Germany.
Germany was a pretty country.
Up in the Black Forest.
Yeah, that is a pretty country. Have you been to Europe since that time? You don't have any desire to go back?
I'd love to.
Yeah?
I wouldn't mind going back and travel all through it again,
Yeah.
Following the route we took.
Well, my mom and dad had gone back after my sister was in there for some time, and he had said, "Oh, those women just aren't as pretty anymore." And we were kidding him. He said, "Well, Dad, that was 40 years ago. You were 40." So hard now. And he had said, I think he enjoyed his time, but I think he always had that fear that when he turned around that there was a German, waiting to still shoot him down. I guess. There's no doubt that you poor man had put your life on the line. Next thing you know, you asked them to take you for a drive, and you're thinking, what the heck did I get in this car for? So, anyway, well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just was.
We could not fraternize, you know.
Oh, you couldn't. You were not allowed to do that then?
No.
I was going to ask you.
The guys did, but don't get caught.
If you got caught, you'd get.
Really, at the time, you were taking your life in your hands, too, because you didn't know who you were talking to.
So many of them would have, like, bombs or
You
something?
get a bullet in the back, you know. You never know.
So you...
So whenever even if we went into a small town, you know, like on a pass,
Yes?
you always carry the shoulder holster.
Just in case.
In your right jacket, you know.
Uh-huh.
Always carry that with a weapon.
Well, what did you do when you heard about the Victory in Europe Day? Did you, VE Day, did you have a beer or some wine or get all messed up and some
How
stuff?
much we're drinking.
Okay.
We just outside firing guns up into the air.
Is that what you did?
Oh, yeah.
What about in Japan? Well, how'd you celebrate VJ Day?
The VJ Day, it was, I don't know. It was great, but it was no great celebration as far as I was concerned, or a few of us anyway.
Mm-hmm. Were you married?
It was coming eventually. You know?
Yeah. Were you married or were you not married?
No, I was not. No.
Okay. I didn't know if you were married. You had your girlfriend on the line though, huh?
No, I didn't.
No, you found her afterwards, huh?
That's correct.
Well,
Yep.
that's good. I know.
When I went in, I was only 18 years old. I got out, I was 22.
Oh, you were a young guy then.
Oh, yeah, I was one of the youngest.
Yeah. I think Dad was 24 when he got out, so then.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think I was 24 years old, yeah, but they were all men. Oh, Sergeant Noyes. Now, Noyes was, he was around 25.
Yeah, he apparently was a year older than my dad. That's what I did. We just figured that out and stuff too. But do you remember a guy named Ringo?
Oh, Ringo, I remember Ringo. He was a company A, though. He was not our company.
Okay, well.
I know the name. I can picture him.
Okay, well, see, Dad was a good. He did talk about a guy named Ringo every so
I
often.
think he died. He's dead.
Well, now this Walter told me, he said he got injured or he got hit, and they sent him home and he got fixed up, and then he came back. He must have got a Silver Star or a Purple Heart. I said, my.
This happens. We got one fellow too. Ironically, his name was Adolf Hughes. H-U-S-E, Adolf. He was born in Germany, and he was our interpreter.
Oh, really?
And he stepped on a mine, lost his leg below the knee, and they sent him back. And here's the guy that was born in Germany. He spoke beautiful German, and he was from Texas. And his parents moved to before the war. Moved to the U.S. and he was drafted into the army. Lost his leg.
Oh,
The Germans.
isn't that something? Did you guys have any encounters with any of the, like, Pattons or Eisenhower or Hitler or any of them?
I was standing 10 feet from Patton.
Were you?
And man, like, you know,
Quite a man or quite a presence when you...
he was very impressive, no question about that. He wore those 6 pearl handle 6 shooters and a big silver helmet on with 3 stars on it across the top of it at the time. And if we were caught wearing our like I was a sergeant at the time, we weren't allowed to wear our stripes because you'd be the first one to get picked off, you know.
Oh, really? That's how they did? They wanted to
Here's
pick...
him walking around with 3 stars shining in the sunlight, you know. But he was a very, very impressive looking guy, you know. I never spoke to him. In fact, I wouldn't like to.
Yeah. So they always wanted to pick off the highest guy in command.
Oh, yes. Non-commissioned officers, sure.
I'll be
They
darned.
were the targets.
Huh.
So,
I'll be darned. Well,
that's the way it goes.
well, golly, you just gave me a lot of information here. Oh, yeah. So you guys, nobody was in, like the 46 you guys were doing, or the Signal Corps, I guess I should say, is you were laying telephone lines? See, I'm not sure.
Communications, fuel wire, cable.
And so tell me how that worked, because I don't understand that.
Fuel wire?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, actually using a portable telephone, which all the outfits had. And you string regular W10 fuel wire right along the roads.
Okay.
For miles and miles.
You just...
Let's see. We worked from Corps down to Division, all the way to Division headquarters. And hooked the telephone into it, and the telephone had a little battery on it. It was a generator. When you wanted to make a call, you just spun the generator, pick it up, and you'd be talking to somebody at the other end.
Wow.
That was it.
And so when those things got cut, you had to repair them, or you just strung more wire? you on foot most of the time?
We were in both.
Were you?
Both.
Was that the most dangerous part, is trying to find the cut? Being picked off by the snipers or something? It's hard for us to imagine any of that these days. I tell you, we've had a good life thanks to your generation, and it's you see things on TV, and I watched a lot of the things on the Veterans Day this today, and you just need to find some answers to some questions that you'd like to have. So
you never know what you're going to run into. We never did. I was right toward the end. I was driving along the Autobahn, going up to a small town of what they call the name Fushwander. To check a communications back to another town.
Yes.
And with the fellow sitting next to me in the Jeep, driving along, and of course the whole road was deserted. You could see for miles in front of you. And as we're driving along, we saw some commotion up in front of us.
Well, now, did you ever run into any guys that after they had surrendered, that the people didn't know that the war was over?
No, not really, no. We just told, because we had to keep going. We couldn't take us. They wanted to take us, we were dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they had no intention. We told them to throw down your arms on the side of the road and start walking. That's all.
That's what...
Back the way, from the way which way we came. But we couldn't take them back. We had something to do.
So you couldn't take the prisoners?
They threw everything down. They started walking. That's all.
That was it?
Pick them up somewhere.
Huh. And then they became prisoners, or they were free Germans?
No. They were picked up as prisoners.
They were prisoners then?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Now, did you guys get into any of the concentration camps?
Not at all. In a way, I'm just glad they didn't.
Mm-hmm. How about any of the bridges? Like, you hear about them the different troops holding the bridges. Were you witnessed any?
Well, I remember we were stringing wire across the bridge in Würzburg.
At Würzburg. Is that southern Germany? Is that southern Germany? Or?
Southern Germany, And that bridge was just blown all to pieces. We had to make some good communication or cable going across it to get the communication going back from the coast to division. So we were working on that bridge.
Wow. So the German tanks, what was that? The Tiger tanks, were they just awful?
Well, Tiger tanks, we had nothing to go up against them.
They could go over anything. Oh, wow.
So the only way to get those was to get the tracks off or a direct hit with the 155.
Huh. Wow.
They were rough.
They were built to stand anything then, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they
God.
were tremendous size.
Wow. Now, did any of your guys get Silver Stars or Medal of Honors?
Well, we got a few Bronze Stars. No Medal of Honor, no.
Mm-hmm.
No. We lost a few fellows in England that when we were in England during the Battle of the Bulge, just before we went over, they were looking for replacements. They were losing so many fellows so fast over in France and Belgium, where the Bulge was taking place. They took people out of every outfit in England, including our own. But we lost about 20 men that were moved over.
Uh-huh.
And a few of them were killed. And I know Rumble one fellow, they mistakenly for the Silver Star.
He did.
And a Purple Heart, yeah. Knocked out his own pillbox.
Now, tell me what you had to do to get a Silver Star.
Well, Silver Star was for gallantry in action.
Okay. And is that red, white, and blue, and it's got a star on that?
That's correct.
Is it gold or Silver Star?
Silver Star with a red, white, and blue ribbon.
Okay. See, we found something on my dad's uniform, and it sure does look like one, and we can't find anything where somebody said, well, he had to have done something spectacular for that one. But there's no documentation on that, and I thought, well, we got to find out. If I talk to some people, maybe we can find out what the heck that was. I said, I told one of them, I said, maybe he took it from somebody. She goes, he wouldn't do that. And I said, well, I don't know. It looks pretty good. Okay. So did a person get that, or did a company usually get a Silver Star?
Oh, no, person. That's personal.
That was a personal thing.
Yeah, with our company, we did get a Distinguished Service Badge.
Okay.
For victorious operations against the enemy.
Wow.
It's a red badge. It's rectangular with gold around the edge, all around, like a picture frame, and red in the middle.
Okay.
He's probably got one of them on his uniform.
I think he does. I ought to take a picture and send you some and see if you can tell me what the devil they are, because I don't have a clue what they are.
You can do that.
Do you have do you have email or not?
No, I don't.
I have your address. I got that from Walter Noyes. Noyes. Okay, I might do that because we've asked the VFW people and they say, well, it looks like Silver Star, and I'm like, well, what the devil did he do? We're trying to find out what he did, you know. So, but.
Written by the government, by the Army.
In the discharge papers or something? Would it be in the discharge papers then, or nothing would be in the discharge papers?
Well, if you want a Silver Star, it would be on the back of his discharge.
Okay. We'll have to look through that stuff again. I don't know. It's packed. It's packed away in the bottom of the closet. Are there any books or stuff out on your group or on the Signal Corps that you know?
On the Signal Corps?
Yes.
The only books we have is probably, we don't have any books really. All we have is all of the stuff from,
the reunion?
From the reunion.
Now, do you go to the reunion? Have you? Okay. Now, how old are you?
Well, in 2 weeks I'll be 78.
Well, you're a young chicken then, aren't you? Healthy, I hope so. Well, that's half of it too. So, well, anyway, I will let you go. I certainly enjoyed our conversation. I might send you something in the mail, but I certainly appreciate the information that you gave me.
Send me a picture and I'll see what I can do with it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.